All right, ready, Grover? Okay, today I'm going to cover the Hindu squat. Hindu squat is one of my favorite body weight exercises. It's an incredible leg exercise, especially good for lung endurance. Just a great endurance exercise when done in high repetitions. And that's generally the way you want to do it. This is not an exercise where you would put a lot of weight on weight-bearing load and do low repetitions. It just doesn't work for that. And you'll see why when I go over the technique. Okay, I'm going to go in slow motion, so this is much slower than I would go in an actual set, just so I can break down the motion. Feet are pointed straight forward. It's going to be basically the exact opposite of what you would do with a barbell squat. Barbell squat, you're going to bend the knees and push back like you're trying to sit back in a chair. So that's going to work the hips. It's going to work the quads to some degree, but it's more the hips. Okay, with this exercise, we're going to load up the quads a lot more. Especially with kettlebell training, we don't get much quad work. We can do front squats, but generally the upper body gives out before the legs really get worked. So kettlebells are great for the posterior chain, great for the hamstrings, glutes, calves, etc. But we don't get a whole lot of quad work. Not so good for the calves, I take that back. Kettlebells can be pretty good for the calves doing hack squats, but doing stuff such as box jumps and some calf specific work, I definitely don't have big calves to say that kettlebells work that too well. All right, anyway, back to the Hindu squat. So I'm going to sit forward, feet come up. Okay, so here's the bottom position. So I'm trying to keep my back straight. I don't want to lean over too much. I want to stay perfectly straight so it keeps all the tension right here in the quads. This is actually also a good calf exercise because I have to explode up while staying on my toes. Okay, so a few more times. You're basically going to collapse forward. If you've ever done something called a sissy squat, it's similar to that, where you hold on to something and you collapse forward. Really loads up the quads to a high degree. Okay, so again, sit back, stay straight, push all the way forward. I'm on my toes now. Bring right up. Breathing is also going to be the opposite of what we would use with the barbell squat. Instead of breathing in, holding your breath, or breathing in and breathing out through the exertion, we're going to do the opposite. I'm actually going to breathe in as I squat down. Breathe out. Breathe in forcefully. Okay, so just do a couple repetitions so you see what an actual set would look like. Now I see a lot of people on YouTube University using really sloppy technique. They're just collapsing down and trying to go as fast as possible. Going fast is great. You can do sprint sets with this, but you want your technique to be solid. So learn how to go slow first, build the technique. So the first several times you do this, slow it down. Pause at the bottom, come back up. As you gain more control, you can start playing around with tempo, speed it up, slow it down further, etc. I like to do several sets of 25, fairly fast, do kettlebell swings in between each set, and now you have a really good, complete lower body workout. The kettlebell swings hit the hamstrings, posterior chain, and Hindu squats really hit the calves. the calves and the quads. So play around with this. You can do one all-out set at the end of a workout, such as a finisher. Have a goal of doing 100 reps in 3 minutes. And if you really want to go crazy with this, work up to 250 straight in about 5 minutes. And if you're even crazier, work up to 500 in about 15 to 20 minutes. Have a good time with this one. For those of you that travel a lot, great exercise. I use this one all the time. Okay, next time I'll talk about Hindu push-ups.